everybody. YouTube, John Tucker.
David Allan Castello.
David Allan Castello, my trained professional
Apprentice.
Apprentice.
Hey, shut up, kids, go to bed.
Shut up, kids, go to bed. Alright, I'm doing a quick question and answer on beekeeping. I've been getting a lot of questions on a lot of the jobs I've been doing with my boy here, David. And just to sum it up, you know, we're gonna answer some of the questions that everybody's wanting to know. And hell, there's no need in dragging it out. How about number one? What got us into beekeeping? Well, a couple years ago, I had my father-in-law over here cutting down a tree, and we had no idea, but when that tree fell, it had honeybees in it, and they come out like North Korea. And I called a beekeeper out here, and he came out and removed the bees from the tree for me. And I watched him from a very good distance just to see what was going on, and talked to him quite a bit, walked out and asked him if I could come to his place because he said he had 20-something hives. And I went to his place a couple days later. Mr. Patrick, I still owe you a great amount of thanks for inviting me out there and getting me started in beekeeping. And after that, the rest was history. I ended up getting my first hive from him. Still got that hive today, one of my biggest honey producers. And I've been doing it ever since, just kind of dug in deep with it and enjoy doing it. David Allan, what got you into bees?
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say the money, but it's a quick way to make $1. But the thrill, the adrenaline of it, it's a rush.
The second question that people that want to get into beekeeping ask is it expensive? And that's in the eye of the beholder. It all depends on what you're looking for. If you stick to the basics of beekeeping, it is very inexpensive to get into. It's very rewarding. Not only is it the experience of working with nature, but it's getting to eat the golden goodness. It's all about the honey. It's very enjoyable, very healthy for you. And I have a lot of people that buy my honey from me, and of course that turns into a little bit more money for me and my family. People ask, you know, what all do you got to have to get into beekeeping? And I tell them, you know, stick to the basics. You can get these brochures, you can get online and look at these major distributors for beekeeping supplies, and you can quickly get into a lot of money in your cart if you let the bees buy you. The basic stuff you'll need is a suit. I recommend the full suit with a zipper-on veil. That way, if you're doing something, you want to take a break, you can walk away from the hives, unzip your veil, and fold it back. And when you're ready to go back, all you got to do is put your veil back on, zipper it around, close your Velcro, and you're back in the bees. David Allan started working for me last year, and I think I bought him...
it was cheap. It had the sleeves, and it was the cheap kind of... What's that material made out of? Cotton,
polyester,
raw hat.
Yeah, I bought it. I actually messed up. I thought I was getting some decent gloves. I ordered him some gloves that weren't leather. They was more of a cloth. And after we did the first job,
I ended up wearing gloves under the gloves.
Yeah.
You do a lot of your jobs. You have to deal with your hands, and they get wet, they get tight. That's where you're going to get stung.
And I bought him a cheap set of gloves. I'll never do it again. I recommend a good leather glove with good support sleeves, because that's where they're going to get you. They're going to find the weak spots when you tighten up on your suit. They're going to, you know, get you on your elbows. You bend over, they're going to get you in the back. You know, if there's a weakness in your setup, they'll find it. So I recommend a good suit with a good zipper-on veil and a good set of gloves. You'll need a hive tool, Just your basic hive tool. Don't buy the $15 one, buy the $3.95 one. They do the same thing, they just don't look as pretty. Every job that we've gone out on, the homeowner or the property owner has asked us, do we get stung a lot? How many times have you been stung, David Allan?
When I'm not paying attention.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
I find out more times that I get stung is after we're done. When I let my guard down and I throw the veil back, there's always one renegade bee that's going to get you. It's over, the fight's over, but you got one renegade that's going to get his in before it's done.
Yeah, it seems like every job there's there's one bee that's just relentless to give up on you, and she's going to get you. I mean, it's just unless you are a super fly Jimmy Snooker, she's going to get you. But also, if you don't get your Velcro just right, if there's a single spot where one of them little bees can get through, they're going to find it. And you're going to have one inside your veil. And the question you got to ask yourself then is, do you deal with that one, or do you take your veil off and deal with hundreds or thousands more? So go ahead and you'll learn as you get into it that the sting's not as bad. You'll hear a lot of people say, oh, did she bite you? No, bees don't bite. They sting. They got a stinger in the rear end, not in the mouth. So no, the bees don't bite. It's just a terminology that they got used to saying that no, bees sting you. So yeah, if you're getting into honeybees, you can plan on getting stung. Of course, if you're allergic to them, I definitely don't recommend getting into honeybees because, you know, the more allergic you are to them, the worse effects you can have.
Yeah, not to be mistaken.
Yeah.
You can be stung through your suit.
Yeah, you can get stung through your suit. If it's that dangerous for you to be around bees, you can always go buy raw honey from a beekeeper, and it saves you a lot more time and effort and possibly a trip to the hospital. The next question I get asked a lot, do you use chemicals to treat your hives? In beekeeping, we have a couple little misfits. One's called the small hive beetle. Another one is called Varroa destructor. One's a little beetle. Another one is a mite that rides on the back of bees, and it's actually pretty devastational to the hive. Myself, it's like opinions. I mean, every beekeeper is going to tell you something different. Everybody that buys my honey buys it for one reason, and that's because I don't use chemicals in any of my hives. I don't treat for Varroa. I don't treat for small hive beetles. I let my bees, and that's my term. When people ask me, I let my bees be bees. God put them on this planet a long time ago, and yeah, we do have a problem with Varroa, but I think as long as we keep the human interaction out of it, let the bees evolve and learn how to deal with this mite, I think over time they will. I think, you know, putting chemicals in your hives, the bees are going to get to that chemical, and I think that will all around turn to being in your honey. And people buy my honey strictly because they know I don't put no chemicals in my hives. Have you noticed any difference?
All natural.
All natural. My bees are probably a little bit rougher than...
You don't have lazy bees.
Yeah. My bees are a little bit rougher than most people's bees that I go and see because my bees got to work. I mean, I don't feed them. I don't put no kind of feeders, no kind of artificial feed, no protein patties. My bees do what they do and they survive.
That's the way God intended.
So, but no, I don't ever put chemicals in my hives. Another question, do I ever lose beehives? Yes. I've lost some real good ones. Is it because of the hive beetle? Is it because of the Varroa mite? Is it because of colony collapse disorder? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm a beekeeper. I think what I lost this year was due to the colony collapse disorder because there were bees left over. there was honey left over that never got robbed. So those hives are already refilled back with fresh bees, doing good. So I don't think it was a mite problem or a varroa or a small hive beetle problem. I think it was just something to do with the way the world was turning, because I don't force them out with any kind of chemicals or nothing like that. I just kind of let them be bees. If they decided they wanted to go, and they went. The question is it worth beekeeping, and how much honey do you get per hive? That all varies on how strong your hive is and the location of it. Out here where I'm at in Dayton, Texas, we have a ton of Chinese tallow trees. Would you say we got a lot of tallow trees?
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of tallow trees. And our biggest honey flow, our biggest honey crop is off of the Chinese tallow. It blooms late April into March, and it brings in a ton of nectar, which they turn and make into honey. But that is a huge honey flow for us down here. And actually, a lot of the big commercial beekeepers that are actually farming for the honey, besides the pollination crops up in California and Dakotas and stuff like that, they bring all their hives down here because of the large amount of Chinese tallow trees. And how much honey do we get per hive? You figure I use medium honey supers, so I can only tell you what I get. A medium honey super is, you're reckoning about between 2 to 3 gallons per super for me. My bees pack it in pretty tight, and I get a pretty good honey flow out here where I'm at. And most of the time I go 6 honey supers tall on each hive. So I rear a pretty good amount of honey. Of course, it goes pretty quick because I sell a lot of it. And is it hard to extract?